Oh, excuse me. I hope I did not just burp in everybody's ear. I might have. Sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. There's one way to start. Let's see. And why is it private instead of public? Let's try this again. Thank you, Zoom. Too funny. Too funny. I'm gonna apologize again. It was telling me I was private. So good morning. I'm here. I've got my coffee and I'm hoping there we go. I just nothing like starting the day out with a nice burp, right? Sorry about that. I've got my coffee. I figured I'd go ahead and come on. I did a big boo-boo this morning. I got up at 4 and I was like all motivated. I got in here and sat down and started quilting my dragon eye quilt that I've been working on. I bring it over here so you guys can see. And I am nowhere near done with this yet, but I was going along and going, yeah, here we go. It's getting quilted. And somehow I stuck my finger under the needle. So I got a big old bandage now this morning. And my husband came in because I screamed, of course. And he was like, what's going on? So he starts taking my sewing machine apart for me because, that's what he does. He tries to help. And I'm like bleeding everywhere, going, I don't need to be bleeding on this quilt. I guess that's how you know that a quilt is made with love, right? Blood, sweat, tears, love. And we did finally find the other piece of the needle, and it's magnetic. And thank goodness I had just put a new needle in because it would have been really, really sad if I hadn't, right? I was like, yeah. So I whopped up my finger pretty good, and I'm not going to be able to do any sewing with that for a minute, at least until I can take the band-aid off. And I'm allergic to band-aids, so I don't want to keep it on any longer than I have to. The adhesive that's on them hurts my hands. Still watching now. Yay, there's somebody besides me. And I was planning on getting the quilt finished quilting, which I probably will still do today, and then try to get the binding on. But we have to make sure that I can keep my stupid fingers out from underneath the needle next time here, right? See if I can take that off. Ouch. I want to do it without causing myself to bleed some more. I guess we all do it sooner or later, though. Cut ourselves with a rotary cutter or scissors. Good morning, Lori. Or stick a needle in our fingers. And not too bad. It split my nail fairly far back in there. But I don't think it's worthy of a trip to the doctor or the emergency room. Good morning, Lori. You are out walking this Wednesday for this Thursday morning. So I was like, okay, well, I can't sew on a live. I'm for sure not going to try to do that. So I figured I'd go ahead and come on, bring my coffee, have a sip or two with you guys. And then if I have to go get the finger looked at, I will, but I don't think it's going to be that bad. I will need to wrap something around it, but a Band-Aid just doesn't work very well for me for very long. So it's a sunny, beautiful morning here in South Florida, with, of course, rain expected to come this afternoon, which will be loads and loads of fun. I'm not looking forward to that at all. But this doesn't hurt too bad, or it didn't until I took the Band-Aid off. Compared to the other pain that I deal with daily with arthritis and stuff, it's like, oh well. Well, good morning, Tans. How are you? Good morning, Colleen. Do not kick that person out. That is Tans. Lori's taunting you. So, Pixie, how are you today? Haven't seen you. Well, I haven't talked to you guys in a couple of weeks. I know that Wayne called last week and didn't get an answer. I'm hoping that that means that your honey is okay. I know she was not feeling so great. Yes, Tans, meet Colleen and Lori. Lori's out walking her puppy. Usually she's got a little blue wrench also. But Pixie is my friend. What are you doing up this early? Do you listen sometimes? Okay. Just making sure. Because I know that's an unusual name for our chats. Yeah, but Wayne came and rescued me when I put the needle through my finger this morning. Helped me find that little piece of the needle. You know what? I never get those emojis. They don't show up unless I'm on the phone. And I can't see them even if you use them unless I'm on the phone. I have the phone on and sitting here beside me. Let's see if it's gonna let me see. Comments are not supported on private videos. What? It's not a private video? Oh well. So I figured I'd come on and just chit chat with you guys, see what's going on with you all. You think it's a stone? Oh, I feel so sorry for her. Kidney stones stink. Hopefully, she can get it checked out and get it taken care of or pass it fast. That is one thing women have an advantage with, is passing kidney stones, in my opinion. I think our urethra is shorter. So I'm not a doctor. I could be wrong, but I think so. So I think it's easier for us to pass them. Yeah. I hope that's all it is. So, and the next video showing down on my thing is making a $400 dress out of bed sheets because I'm cheap. I'm like, hey, right up my alley. Let me use bed sheets to do stuff. So did you see what I got done on my quilt though? Is I've got a good portion of it quilted. I did the straight runs, the sashing already, and then I'm working on getting the blocks done, loop-de-loops. and trying not to get blood on the quilt. I got it on the batting, but not on the quilt itself, which is good. So I'll have it done in plenty of time. Hey, Sylvia, how are you today? Going for an MRI next week? Good. They always do a CAT scan on mine, but an MRI might find it faster. Oh, did you go out for, I guess it's lunchtime for you, Sylvia, right? I hope you don't lose signal. It's good to see you. I was going to message him, then I was like, I'm going live. She'll see it. So that's a good thing. But I want to get the quilt finished if I can. And then may not happen today, but then I'd like to get the binding put on it too. Yeah, he made a 1.5K table out of pallet wood. But how much pallet wood and how many tools did he have to use for that? Because it's like I can make a really expensive quilt out of what I've got here, but you know what? I've got invested in equipment. Oh, look, Sylvia shows up, starts dropping links. Good girl. Thank you. Cough my lungs up here. Yeah, I'm hoping that it's just a kidney stone and that it'll go. Oh, okay. Yeah, it seems like a cat can be less invasive. I don't know. Yeah, exactly. When they make stuff like that, it's like, yeah, but not everybody has a workshop that's got every piece of equipment known to man in it for them to be able to just whip something out with a pallet. Of course, I think that's the same thing as us using sheets to make quilts or scrap fabric. It's not, well, number one, you don't get scrap fabric unless you make um, lots of quilts and then you have scraps left from it. Unless you've got someone who's generous and donates scraps to you. Do not donate scraps to me. I do not want them. I have plenty. Thank you. Um, but yeah, it's not easy to take a palette and turn it into something great and beautiful. A new embroidery magazine. Is it a hand embroidery one, or are you going to use it for machine embroidery? Or will it work for both once you get your glasses sorted out? I am hoping that they hurry up and get Sylvia's eyes fixed so Sylvia can sew. Oh yeah, see, there you go. Expensive wood and good and pallet wood. So it's not like you're going to pick up a pallet and create something fantastic. I think I saw a thumbnail for that video, Colleen. No scraps for me. Send your scraps to Colleen. She needs them. See what I did there? We'll let everybody send their scraps to you. Or to Tiffany. Tiffany collects scraps. Ah, you lost signal. Do you have it back now? I asked if the embroidery magazine was good for hand and machine embroidery. Oh, it was clickbait just to get you to watch it. Yeah. I like the guy who does wood turning on a lathe, but he uses things like coloring pencils, etc. Stop helping. We could send them all to Lori or to the old ladies and let them ding dong ditch her. Sylvia could use them, but the shipping to the UK is a little high for stuff. Hi, Tracy. Saying hi while you're conscious. um, are you still having issues from being from your surgery, Tracy? Or are you sick again? I'm not sure which one I should wish for you. Or is it just super early for you this morning? Now, I did send Tracy Albert a text message, but I think she's probably asleep this morning. But I did send her a text message, so she can't beat me up. Okay, guys? And Tracy, you may see an unusual name in here. Pixie is a friend of ours. Her name is Tans. She watches our chats. I don't know why she doesn't sew, but she enjoys them, so that's fine. And I had to make sure to let everybody know not to bump her because her name's a little unusual for sewing chats, but that's okay. So Tracy, I saw your paper piecing for Pride. I don't even remember where I saw it at, but it looked really good. I was impressed. I saw that. Was it a flag that you made or was it part of a quilt? I do pay attention, even if I don't act like I'm all here. Tracy, that's part of chronic pain, so I get it. Health issues stink. Yeah, and see, like I got up, well, I went to bed at 8 o'clock last night, so I was awake at 4 a.m. and I'm like up and running and ready to go. And yeah. Oh, let's see, can I do that? On my phone, it's telling me. Let's go over here. There we go. Let me see if I can do this. Oh, well, somebody's links are working. Maybe it just took a minute, Sylvia. Good morning, Marie. How are you today? In the waiting room at physical therapy. Oh, I didn't know you were having to go for therapy. It's good to see you. Ah, my phone is not wanting to work with me today. It's giving Sylvia a hard time. There's Marie's link. Well, I appreciate that, Pixie. Thank you, Marie. I appreciate that. Yeah, it is really, that's the mark of friends, Pixie, is that you don't talk for 2 or 3 weeks or a month and then everybody's right back on schedule. So we're good. But thank you very much for the compliment, Marie. All I did was try to tame Esmeralda and slap some lipstick on and then stick a needle through my finger. Oh, we'll have to talk at some point about that. I didn't know they did PT specifically for that. I have one of those old lady bladders too. Yeah, Sylvia's just coming home from lunch. And I like this dress. This fabric I had in my stash forever. And I kept thinking, I need to do something with that. I need to do something with it. Finally, I thought, well, I'm going to make a dress out of it. And it has turned out to be like the most comfortable thing. Hello, good morning. Good morning, Shannon. And I'm looking forward to seeing quite a few of you on Saturday. We're going to have a sewing bee this Saturday. Yeah, well, actually, Tans is Wayne's best friend, but I guess I'm a tag along there. They like to talk. They like to get on the computer together and do AI art. Oh, well, definitely interesting, Maria. I'll have to look that up and see what's involved. I have a niece who's a licensed occupational therapist, and I don't know if occupational therapists do the same thing as physical therapists. I don't know the ins and outs of that, but I have to ask her for some information about that. Yeah, but I like seeing Sherlock and I like seeing Slay Arts show up. Slay Arts, I think Colleen sent you the link to the short. You don't have to use it, but you can. And she's always good at making shorts for us for stuff like that. So it's helpful. Oh, well, I hope that you'll be there, Tracy. If not, there's always replay, but it's looking like it's going to be a lot of fun. I think we've got 7 or 8 people. Okay, thank you, Pixie. I appreciate that. Yeah, I am too. I think it'll be fun. We're not going to do a 4th of July theme because we have some Canadian quilters and Sylvia, who's in the UK. And I think it would be churlish for us to eat. Okay. It would be mean of us to ask Sylvia to celebrate the Independence Day of the colonies from the UK. So we're going to do a picnic theme. Oh, great. Colleen is really good at shorts. She has more talent in her little finger for those than I do. You're just adding it to your title. That's fine. That's fine. But I hope you guys all will join us because it's going to be a blast, I think. It's going to be a nice group of people and everybody's super friendly and stuff, people you know. Marie, I understand how that goes. I don't get to live as much myself anymore. At best, I get to do a few minutes of a live or I get to listen to it. Oh, yeah. Well, Tracy, I like watching some stuff at 1.25 speed because it sounds like chipmunks. What did I miss? Marie, if you ever short on ideas, throw me an email. I will give you ideas until your head hurts. The theme is going to be picnic, Tracy. It's going to be picnic, barbecue picnic kind of theme. That way it can be small projects and whatever you think would be appropriate for that. You know, maybe somebody will make lunch boxes or pot holders or whatever, you know. So it'll be a little bit of everything. You don't have to use a specific set of colors. Oh, you do make great shorts, Colleen. You do. But Marie, what I do is you probably don't have lots of time to do this, and I don't either, but I'll spend like 10 minutes watching reels or shorts. And usually by the time I do that, uh I've got a couple of ideas floating around in my head, or at least it sparked something that I can work from. You know what I mean? And the other thing I do is I go into my analytics and I look for what has gotten a lot of views recently and try to, use that as an idea for something else. You'll be lucky to work on quilting your pride while hanging. That's fine. I think that's going to turn out really cute. It already has turned out really cute. Oh, yeah, I have to rein myself in with collating ideas. And Marie, I stole an idea from you. I stole an idea from you. You used a filter a while back where everything kind of went in different squares. And I was like, I need to find that filter. So I went searching until I found it so I could use it. So, you are putting ideas out there. You just don't realize it. Barbecue is fun. I'm seriously thinking about making grown-up bibs. Yeah, Tracy hasn't done any new videos in a while, but she does a lot of English paper piecing, and she's really good at it. Old Windows computer. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I had to go find that one because I really liked it. I was like, where did she get that filter at? Let me find it. And I did. I hunted till I found it. I have like 4 or 5 resources for different things. And when I finally found it, I was like, well, that was too easy, Marie. Yeah, Sherlock gets in on those lists sometimes too. When I start dumping ideas, I actually have a notebook. They'll get in my head and I've got uh all this stuff in my brain and it's churning around. So I'll write it down on notebook pages. And then if I'm getting to a point where I'm stumped, I'll go back into that notebook and go, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Ah, coffee. Yes. I'm all down for coffee. And tomorrow Colleen starts learning the surgery. Are you going to film any of it? And I'm really glad I wasn't filming this morning whenever I caught my finger under that needle. I was like, oh, I think the words uh that came out of my mouth probably are definitely not safe for work. Yeah, it's in one of those filters. I had to think about where it was at. See, I use mine a lot more than I thought I would when I first bought it. Um, I use it for way more things. I know, Sherlock, you're good at ideas, but because I'm like stuck in that. Oh yeah, Shannon, Colleen keeps telling me you just got to push the button. But then with her surgery, she hasn't been brave enough to get up there and do that. But yeah, that's kind of what you've got to do with the surgery or basically any machine is get up there and see what it'll do for you. I make curtains with my surgery. And I made this long, involved video about how to make curtains with the sewing machine. Bye, Marie. Have a great day. And how to iron everything and get beautiful, professional looking curtains, etc. And then I was looking around and I was like, I never make my curtains like this. So I went into my surgery and I whipped one out in like 5 minutes. You're gonna stare at it? Yeah. But I literally made curtains in 5 minutes to put up in my kitchen. And it's so much easier. I mean, you can do it the long way. And Colleen, you're not going to stare. You need to get some scrap fabric. In order for you to hurt yourself on the surgery, you'd either have to do like Dummy here did and stick your finger underneath the needle, or you'd have to like literally shove the knife blade is only about that's maybe 2 inches, and the cutting part of it is less than half an inch. So you'd have to really work hard to cut yourself. And if you're that intimidated by the knife blade, turn the blade off. You can do that on almost every machine. Yeah. I'm hoping you intimidate it instead of it intimidating you. And remember, it has a handle on the top. I had to say it because Tracy's not here. Have a great day, Shannon. Thank you for joining us. Oh, yeah. I have some, Tracy, that Wayne got for me at Walmart a while back. And I was like, okay, let me try them. Well, they're way too small. They're made out of this super tight spandex material. And I'm going to fix those. I'm glad you're home, Sylvia. Yay. Um, you're going to turn the knife off. Good. There's a good place to start. But anyway, so I want to take those yoga pants and give them a little facelift. Have a great breakfast, Pixie, and I thank you for joining us. I'm smiling too. I'm glad you. Well, I got mine on the regular machine this morning, Tracy. I was quilting and I wasn't paying enough attention. I should have paid more attention to what I was doing, but so I'm going to put a new needle in it and I'm going to put the bobbin back in and I'm going to get back on that horse after I get off the live. But I'm going to wait a little bit. Wayne was like, no sewing for you today. And I was like, yeah, maybe. Bye, Tans. Have a great day. And this is the first time I've ever sewn my finger. I've never caught my finger before. Never say never, right? So I have now done it. Hopefully I'll pay better attention next time. But I'm going to have to get back on the horse so that I don't intimidate myself out of sewing or out of free motion quilting. Some silicone thimbles. I'm trying to think if I've ever, I think I have some, but I don't know that I've ever used them. Your phone is spamming you. That's not cool. And I've got to edit this video after it goes up because I want to take out where I burped at the very beginning. I was like, ah. Yeah, it's unpleasant's the right word. I was telling Wayne, you know, probably 5-6 years ago, I'd have been going, ah, it hurts, it hurts. Doesn't compare to my daily shoulder pain. So I'm like, it's there. And if it really hurts, then I'll take some pain medicine for it. I'm just worried. The only thing I'm really worried about is, you know, would it get infected? And since I found both pieces of the needle, I'm pretty much okay. I have had a tetanus shot in the last, 5 years? So I'm good there. Well, I hope so. I've heard that leather's the best thimble material. Did you see that Tans was on my live?
I heard, yeah.
Yeah. I have nicked myself with a rotary cutter blade while I was live. And knock on wood, I haven't cut myself with scissors while I was on a live. I nipped myself with them one time.
Coffee.
Yes, please. I'd love some more coffee. I do my 2 cups of coffee in the morning and then Wayne gets the rest of it. We may need 3 pots to get through the day. Oh, I hope they work too, Sylvia. Your cats take your leather thimble. Did you make it or did you buy it? Oh, I'm quite certain it's nothing important, Colleen. Colleen's phone is withholding messages, trying to make her look bad. Sherlock says she'll take coffee too, please.
I'll have to make a fresh pot.
He says they'll have to make a fresh pot, Lori. Where's your butler? Well, that was his job. Oh, and Sylvia wants hot chocolate. Everybody's putting in their orders now. No, we have hot chocolate mix in the little jar over there.
Oh, that's right. The cow or whatever it's called. Mad cow or whatever it's called.
Yeah. Mad cow chocolate. Mad cow hot chocolate.
Or something like something that degree, right? Oh.
Yeah, sweet cow, I think. Sweet cow creamery. Your butler is sleeping. Lazy bum. Of course, he gets up at what? It's on the baker's rack. Your butler gets up at what, 5 a.m. $20 for a leather thimble? I don't know. Is that good or bad, Tracy? Now he's curious. He has to know what it's called. Tracy brought her own tea. She was prepared.
Silly Cow.
Silly Cow. It's called Silly Cow.
Silly Cow Farm.
I saw the bottle sitting on my daughter's bookcase in the kitchen. Whenever we stayed there for the hurricane, and I tried to con her out of it, but she wouldn't give it to me. This is the Silly Cow Farms. I like the bottle. Isn't it cute? It's like same height as my hand. But I'll use that
like an
bottle.
old style milk jug.
Yeah, it's like a shorter old style milk jug.
I'll put that back when I'm back here.
Okay. And it's made in Vermont naturally, and it's hot chocolate. Anyway, so I came home and ordered us some as soon as the hurricane stuff was over. 2 teaspoons added to a cup of hot water makes good hot chocolate. But I usually add add some to my coffee. Sylvia, you are not a mad or a silly cow. You're not a cow at all. Yeah, well, Tracy, I'm like that too. I really am. Mine's been having issues sending texts today, Sherlock. So it may not be our phones. It may be like the phone system. Because every message that I've sent this morning, I've had to send twice. I thought it was us until you guys told me that you were having problems. I have hurricane supplies stocked up. I do. Yeah. I was watching you guys. I don't think we have any super young or very thin young ladies in here, but I was watching this girl yesterday and I sent a text to Lori because this girl is like this big and she's giving weight loss tips for how to make salads, pre-prep salads for your weight loss journey. Okay. So I'm watching her yesterday and she's got all these innovative new ideas. And I'm like, okay. So one of them was go to the farmer's market and buy all your produce fresh and organic. Well, farmers markets don't necessarily have all fresh organic produce because they go to the same places that the stores do to buy their produce. And it's not necessarily certified organic just because it's at the farmer's market, because not everybody at the farmer's market is a farmer. Point one. Point two, she's like, you need to wash all your produce when you get it home. And I agree with that. Right. And then she says, and I use this product that's super expensive on Amazon. But if you're cheap, you can just use white vinegar. And I'm thinking, why would I buy a super expensive product when white vinegar is like $3 a gallon or something, or $1 a gallon? Yeah, if you can't afford it. Yeah, that's what it was. If you can't afford it, use white vinegar. And I thought, well, why would you buy this crud when white vinegar does the job? So then she washes all her produce and she's all picky, and puts it in a little strainer and lets it all dry. And then she's like pushing these glass containers, specially made to hold your chopped vegetables, your carrot sticks and your cucumbers and all of that. And I'm like, so I looked up these specially made containers. They're like $20 for a glass this tall. And I looked in my kitchen at the stack of, mason jars and saved cheese jars and stuff. Right. And I'm like, and I'm never going to buy those glass containers. And if I might buy glass containers to put salads in, but I've never felt the need to put salad in glass. So, and yeah, and then it's like 2 tablespoons of food a day she's putting in her salad containers. And I'm like, well, that ain't going to feed anybody. Yeah, Colleen's right. Did you hear my high-pitched voice? So then right after her, I get this other lady that is recommended, and she's using her big old Tupperware bowls with the Tupperware lids. And you know, I'm talking about the yellow one with the white lids that are as old as we are. And she's putting paper towels in the bottom and rinsing and drying her stuff, you know, in white vinegar and letting it dry on a towel, then packing it into a container to put in her fridge. And I'm like, yeah, that's more my budget. And she's like 60 years old and she's not super overly thin, but she's not heavy. She looks like she's healthy, you know, all of that. And I'm like, I'd rather have tips and tricks from her than I would this young thing who looks like she's about 12 and has never gained an ounce in her life, you know? So, yeah. And she actually has a bowl. Her bowl is like this big that she's using for her salad. And she spreads her salad out in the bowl and puts in her shredded carrots and her radishes and her cucumbers and real people food, stuff that actually has some crunch, where the other girl is like making jalapeno vinegar dressing to put on her salad and thinking, who's eating that? That's disgusting. Yeah, those salads are just like, now me, I love black beans. I'm on a black bean kick these days. But I'll like take a half a can of black beans, pour it in a bowl, put a little cheese in, and I nuke it, mix it up, and I'll eat that. And then if I want chips with it, because the idea is I want nachos, I'll get like 6 or 8 tortilla chips and eat my, you know, beans with my tortilla chips and cheese. And then I eat the rest of my beans with just a spoon. Oh, the French lady. Well, I hope, fingers crossed, that that storm doesn't knock out your power or anything, Sylvia. So you guys stay safe. A French lady you've watched for years. She did a review on an air fryer, and that's the one your husband bought after research. Yeah, and see, that's the kind of thing I do is when I'm looking for somebody who I want to learn something from. I'm was looking kind of for mason jar salads, but they kind of seem dumb to me. I mean, why would I shove it all in a mason jar only to dump it into a bowl? But I would like to make it easier just to put a salad in front of myself, you know, or like Wayne will make me lunch and he'll make me a sandwich and stuff. And I'm really trying to get away from the bread because the bread is really bad for me. So I'm thinking if I could, you know, make myself some pre-made salads or even close to pre-made, where I could like pull the lettuce out and then dump in the tomatoes and whatever else that goes with it, that would be a whole lot healthier. And I crave vegetables, so I'm really looking for that. But to see this older lady, I was like, yeah, she knows what she's doing. Where that young chick is just following some fad, in my opinion. I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but it's really hard to take advice from somebody who's, you know, the size of your thumb. It is funny when they find the same research stuff that you've been looking at for years, isn't it, Colleen? Colleen's husband and I have a couple of things in common. I was telling her that I watch a guy who's building a cabin in Alaska called My Self Reliance. And Sean James is his name. I've been watching him for years since he built his first cabin. And now he's, you know, finished building his second cabin and is putting an outdoor kitchen on it. Well, turns out that Colleen's husband watches the same guy. Tracy, I love, and I don't know if you guys have Ruby Tuesdays in Canada, but I love Ruby Tuesdays salad bar where you can go through and you put your lettuce and all your little veggies on, and a little bit of like macaroni salad, and a little bit of tuna salad, all that kind of stuff. And then at the end, you can put on like sunflower seeds. And I don't do croutons very well, but I like sunflower seeds and little crumbles of cheese on top of mine. And I really miss that, the salad bar at Ruby Tuesdays. So almost everything else, I'm like, eh. But I thought, well, you know, I really like that. I should put myself together something like that where I could go through and just make myself a big salad at lunchtime or dinner time. Because there are days when I don't really want anything hot and heavy for dinner either. I mean, we live in Florida, right? Oh, beets, pickled beets. I love pickled beets. But so I'm thinking that I need to kind of create myself a salad station, maybe in the refrigerator, so that I can just put a salad together. And then, of course, if you like, Wayne would be more than happy to go to town and get me pre-made salads and all that, but they wash those pre-made salads in weird stuff. And I'm kind of like, or I don't trust that they've cleaned their hands and things. If I cleaned it up myself and put it together, then it's ready to go. And here I am talking about food. Mandarin Chinese buffet. Oh, I've been to a Chinese buffet in forever. We do have a good, there's I think it's Mexican family that runs the Chinese restaurant here. And they have pretty good food, but it's expensive. It's like $30 for the two of us for lunch. Now that'll serve us 2 or 3 meals a piece, but still it's a long trip to go into town and get it. You get your order from Steph Saturday? Yeah, probably will be after the live. That stings. Yeah, see, that's the thing for me. Hi, Lynn. How are you? It's good to see you. Just got back from grandson's sports day. Oh, cool. Yeah, I really wish, and I need to do this, but I really wish that we could get like a garden bed set up close to the house where I could um, grow salad greens here in my own yard. That's what I would like to do, but then we'd be sharing them with the rabbits and the squirrels and the deer. So I'm thinking about buying just like romaine heads and then cutting the stuff up myself. It seems like it would be easier just to buy the bag and wash it and put it all together. But I'm thinking maybe I should just buy the head and just wash it and be done with it. I have a salad spinner. I have bowls. I have everything I need to do this. Oh, well, you can do your live opening on Monday morning. Your spine doesn't hate you. It just wants to do its own thing. That's it. And Lynn, it's good to see you. I figured I'd go on a little bit early today. I'm not going to do a live later today because, of course, I figured, I can't sew when I go live today because of my finger. So I figured I'd have coffee with you guys instead. Yeah, I like salad. And really and truly, the lettuce part isn't the important part. I could actually put 3 or 4 pieces of lettuce in there and put the rest of the stuff in and just mix it all together, and I'd be perfectly happy. I like beans in my salad. I like cold chicken or cold steak in there. So all of that stuff is actually perfectly fine with me. And I like chunks of broccoli and cauliflower and all the goodies. Yeah, it's been hot here too. I think it's already 90 because I just started sweating again. I don't know if that's hot flashes or if it's the heat and humidity here, but I'm hot. And I just got super hot. The AC's going. I can feel it. 3 sets of fat quarters for 21 pounds. That's not bad. No rabbits in your garden. You guys have groundhogs over there? Is that right, Lynn? The groundhogs are the big or moles that you guys have problems with in the UK usually? Yeah, I like loaded salads. I'm glistening. That's what it is. I'm doing food shopping on the computer. We usually pick up on Saturday mornings. It's not groundhogs. You guys have something over there that's really moles. Okay. We have moles here, but not so bad. We have the thing with the armored shell. I want to say artichoke, and I know that's not right. What are those things called? Armadillos. I had to think about it for a minute. All I could think of was artichokes and leprosy. Yeah, we have armadillos down here. There's a hole in the front yard where one lives or did live, and we thought we had gotten rid of it. And you can't shoot an armadillo because they have armor on the outside. So you kind of have to like catch them and get rid of them. Thank you, Colleen. The moles do. They dig up the green in front of your house. You don't have much of a yard to be able to do growing in anyway. Dinosaur turtles, yes, we do. Yeah, Quilt Festival sounds good. Amazon Prime is going to be July 11th and 12th, I think. Yeah, Sylvia, I have no desire to eat an armadillo. And I know that they're soft on the inside, but they're pretty doggone quick. So if you're going to shoot an armadillo, you need to kind of have it caught so you can actually get it. Because otherwise, you might bounce the bullet off the outside of it. And that would not be a good thing. Ricochet is never good. And we do have dinosaur turtles. There's one that lives not too far from here. Every once in a while, you'll stop and you'll see it like going across the road, and you know how slow they go. But I really try hard not to touch them and just let them go on their way. Yeah, me too. I just ordered a bunch of bolts of fabric. But I found them for like $20 a piece. So they're all solids. They'll be nice blenders. And I can use them with the stuff that I got from Marshall Dry Goods. So definitely, definitely. All right, guys. Anybody got any questions this morning? Lynn, you came in after. So I'll show you what I worked on this morning. I am working on getting the baby quilt quilted. So here's the start of it. I have all of the sashing lines done. And then I'm working on the blocks, and I caught my hand in a needle this morning. Genghis Connie. Hi, Genghis. I never met you before. Tracy, Walmart here had bolts on clearance. Ugh. I don't think I'd want to think about that at the same time as trying to eat a candy bar. Armadillos. And you were told that the turtles can cause crashes. But a lot of people will stop in the middle of the road and just move them out of the road. It's a good way to get hit. So, and if you get the big ones on the highway, you should just go around them. Yeah, that's a new name on me. Road trip armadillo prank. I've never seen an armadillo on the highway. I've seen turtles up there. Thank you, Lynn. Well, I only came on, I just jumped on because I was like, well, I'm not going to be able to do, a big long live and show any sewing. So, and thank you, Lynn. I appreciate it. I was hoping that I would have it done. That's why I was working on quilting it this morning. But I had other plans apparently, because when I stuck my finger into that needle, I said some words I probably shouldn't say in public. So yeah, but I will, if I can get it quilted today, I want to put my my flange binding on it. That's one of the reasons I wanted to get that done, is so I could get that binding put on there. And because the baby shower is coming right up. So I'm kind of trying to get it done. Sylvia, you're doing a great job with that slow stitching. You really are. You have some great blocks in there. But I just found out she draws her pictures in with a friction pen so she can iron the lines out in case she doesn't stay right on them when she's done. I think that's a super clever idea. You should make a short on that, Sylvia. I know I'm always telling everybody else what they should do their shorts on. All right, I'm going to say bye for now. I appreciate you guys all coming and watching. Yeah, I appreciate you guys all coming and watching, especially Pixie, Tanzanite, and all the new people. Please don't forget to give me a like if you enjoyed the video. Also, I want to make sure that I say thank you to my moderators. You guys are the best. I appreciate you jumping in here. Sylvia will be live tomorrow morning. And then we have the Sewing Bee on Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is 2 o'clock for Sylvia, 9 a.m. for Colleen. And I think Kelly's Cruises is going to join us. And I think that puts it at either 7 or 8 a.m. for her, because she's on the far western side of Canada from me. Yep, you'll see me in the morning unless I oversleep. You guys have a great weekend, and we'll see you somewhere else soon. Love y'all. Bye-bye.